All right, we are taking the truck to the car wash today. So a truck this size, I've tried to hand wash this thing, and hand washing it is like, it's a pain, especially with it being black. And if it's in the summertime and the paint's gonna be hot and it's out in the sun, it's super hard to do that. So the only feasible way to keep this truck clean is to take it to the car wash. So we're gonna do that. I want to show you a few tips, because there's a few parts in the hood. There's like these grills. There's like these little plastic pieces inside the grill, the hood scoop. Water will like seep out of there for several hours after the car wash. So you want to make sure you get all the water out of there. This car wash we're going to actually has these air hose, like compressed air nozzles, to be able to blow air out of the crevices in your car, which is cool. So we're gonna head over to the car wash and get this thing washed up. With this truck, the mirrors are really wide, so I have to tuck these. Luckily, they're power-assisted mirrors, so if I just push this button here next to the folding the mirrors, it makes this a little more narrow. That way we'll fit in the wash better. Okay, we're done with the wash here. I'm gonna pop the hood because I want to lift the hood up. So on these, the hood scoop and then these little plastic pieces here collect a ton of water, and so the best way to help get the water out of them is I'm just gonna lift the hood up, let the water drain out of that for a minute, and now I'm gonna start drying off the car. Okay, I'm just using a clean, soft microfiber towel to really wipe off the truck, make sure I get all the water. With it being kind of cold outside today, that water won't dry off very quick, so I need to get it all off the truck by wiping it off, and this will help any dirt and dust to collect on the truck while I'm driving. Okay, this blue nozzle here is compressed air. The car wash has these, which it works really great, but what I'm able to do is I spray around the mirror, the base here, where water is going to collect, because when you start driving, that water is going to come out of these areas. So if I can spray them out, it helps with that. So I spray the base of the mirror, around the top of the mirror where the lights are, and then also inside of the mirror around the glass, and trying to be able to get as much water out as possible. And then I'll also spray out like the logos, the emblems. Water will kind of collect in there, really get that area sprayed out. Okay, this is a problem area right here on the hood, so I spray this air in here to try to get as much water out as possible, because otherwise water will just leak out of this area for hours and hours after I leave the car wash. Okay, so we got the car washed, we got it all wiped down, we got the interior wiped down, vacuum. Now we're gonna go home and put some tire dressing on and clean the wheels. So I normally don't do that at the car wash here. Okay guys, we're back from the car wash. We just got it all cleaned up. I want to do the tires now, and I found this product from Chemical Guys. It's called let me show you here, it's called the Tire Kicker Tire Shine. And why I really like this stuff is because it dries. It dries on the tires. So a lot of times in the past I've used like a gel or it seemed like more of an oil-based spray. I'd spray it on there. It'd look really shiny, and then you'd drive in, it'd sling that excess tire shine all over the side of the vehicle. And on a black vehicle, it shows all those little shiny little particles really show up quite a bit. So I don't like that. And so I found this stuff, and I'll leave a link to this in the description, but it works well with a little foam applicator. So what I'll do is I'll spray some on the applicator, I'll spray the tire completely, and then I'll just kind of rub it in, and then probably within 3 or 4 hours, it'll actually be dried to the touch, and it gives like a really nice like matte sheen to it. It's not super glossy, but it gives it kind of a matte sheen, which I think looks awesome. Kind of like a satin, more like a satin sheen to it, which really looks good, and just gives just like a clean look to the tire, but it's not like super greasy or oily, or it's not going to rub off or fling off, which is awesome. Okay, so I like to just spray some on the applicator, and then I'll just do a couple passes along the tire. These are bigger tires too, so this takes a little more than some of my other cars that have lower profile tires. So I'm just going to rub this in. I'll sometimes even do this at the car wash. You know, it was kind of busy there, kind of noisy. It was kind of cold there too, so I just wait to do this until I get home. All right, so I'm just going to rub this in. You can kind of see already that it gives it that nice shine, but it almost dries like that. It dries that same sheen. It really looks good. Okay, easy as that. Let's go move on to the rear one. If you're not real careful, you can get it on like your garage floor. So sometimes I'll do this like in the driveway or maybe out on the road. That's why I like doing it at the car wash, because I don't feel like I have to be as careful there. I can spray the ground. It'd be fine. But I want to get any drip, make sure there's no drips. I want to make sure there's no excess of this stuff, and really just kind of get it worked in. So it's really awesome that it dries. So if you can wait a couple hours, it'll be dry to the touch, and it's not going to fling everywhere. All right. Okay, so I have the tire shine on the tires. The wheels weren't dirty at all. I've just kind of wiped those off briefly just to get the water spots off the rims. Tires are all shined up now. And this stuff, even after it's only been probably 10 minutes, it's a little tacky, but probably another 15, 20 more minutes, and that'll be dry, which is awesome, because you can put that on, dries up, and it stays on and it lasts quite a while too. Like, I don't have to put that on every week. Every week when I wash this truck, I don't do the tires every time, probably every other time. So you don't have to do it as frequently, just depending on what kind of condition. If you really had to scrub the tire, if there's a lot of mud, dirt on the tire, then it'd probably scrub that off. But I didn't have to do much to the tires. Weren't dirty at all. So that's kind of my weekly routine, just run it to the car wash, getting everything cleaned out in the inside, wiping down the windows and so forth. So, and just kind of point out those few areas on the hood where there's kind of a water problem. But if you prop that hood up, like at the car wash for 10, 15 minutes while you're wiping everything else down, that really seems to be, really solves that problem of water leaking out. But anyways, guys, stay tuned to the channel. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. I'll leave links to the products used down below in the description down below. Stay tuned to the channel, because I'm going to be doing some videos on this truck on the MPG. This has the diesel, the Duramax, the 6.6 Duramax with the 10-speed transmission. This is the 2021 Silverado 2500 HD. But I'm going to do some MPG tests and results, really just real world, like what have I been getting actually, and just kind of give you an update, because the EPA doesn't rate these heavy duty trucks for MPGs, and I think they do a little better than it's actually doing a little better than I was expecting it to do, which is good. But stay tuned to that video. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.